National. And I give the floor to Mr. Michel Roy, Centre de recherche et d'information sur le développement.
Merci.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm representing a French coalition of NGOs. We are working at the global level against poverty. I will emphasize MDG 8. As was stressed by previous speakers, we are concerned that not enough is being done in terms of achieving the MDGs. Equal and inclusive partnerships means that there should be shared obligations. The declaration to be adopted in September should propose such a framework of obligations. We don't currently see that in the draft outcome document. This framework should be a sort of new planetary social contract, and this should also help us to emerge from the current crisis we are all experiencing. Such a framework of obligations requires action by developed countries. They must respect their pledges in terms of assistance. And we would like to see budget laws adopted by all countries who are implementing international assistance and have the objective of 0.7% of GDP in terms of foreign assistance. Such a framework of obligations also requires that there should be an ongoing multi-actor dialogue on cross-cutting issues such as coherence of policies. We are aware of the fact that trade policies that are normally adopted within the framework of WTO are not in fact in sync with the MDGs. There are also cross-cutting issues such as relevant quantitative and qualitative indicators. And this is perhaps one of the most important aspects which should feature in the outcome document. That is, we should have a strong and credible and transparent and general monitoring system, both at the national and international levels. There are also cross-cutting aspects such as citizens' control, and this refers to transparency. There should be a representation of people through civil society and through local authorities. And another cross-cutting issue is the peer appraisal and accountability and the opportunity for some states to oversee what is being done by other states. Equal and inclusive partnerships, besides the obligations that are there, should have other features. In particular, as my colleague from Amnesty International said, the MDG should be seen not just as goals but as rights. And we also call upon those states that have not yet signed the additional protocol on the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights to do so. And they should be invited to do so by the outcome document. The second precondition is that public conditions deriving from globalization should focus on justice, equity and solidarity in favor of a new model for growth. Regulations that must be stricter than those that have been taken by the OECD in terms of dealing with tax havens, tax evasion and corruption. Reference is made, but it's totally insufficient in paragraphs 50 to this, but it's not sufficient. Mandatory measures should be taken with regard to companies. This is referred to in paragraph 37. Once again, it's insufficient. There should be requirements in terms of transparency for companies, particularly transnational companies, in terms of tax, social, and environmental issues. And finally, there should be a redistribution of wealth through levies on financial transactions. Paragraph 50H refers to this, but it's too vague, and we would like to see the text making a specific commitment with regard to a levy on financial transactions. Thank you, Madam President, for kindly taking note of these proposals. Thank you.
I thank Monsieur Michel Roy, Centre de recherche et d'information sur le développement,